All right, so this is specifically for my masculine. Just a quick message for you. Hopefully you see this or get this or whatever. I'm sure you will. But I wanted to just reach out real quick and say that there's been a purpose and reason for everything that's happened up to this point between us. And please understand that, you said it yourself, we're a lot alike. We're more alike, I think, than either of us truly realize. So keep that in mind when looking at different angles or circumstances that you might find in regard to me or us. Anything that you would do to protect me or to keep me away from your own personal whatever, would be the same from my perspective. So if you look at it that way, hopefully it is clear how I feel, and that all that's transpired thus far has been for the purpose of keeping you safe and keeping this connection safe. At least that's been my stance. There was a time, especially, at one point when I turned and left, many years ago, those were all things that were done out of care. No matter how it may have seemed, that was me protecting you from the BS in my life. And it was hard. Don't get it twisted. It was hard. Actually, that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done for many different reasons that we can talk about another time. But please don't lose hope. Please don't think that there is any circumstance or thing that you can tell me or that's been done or anything that's going to change this for me, because it won't. And that's a fact. I am celibate. I am holding out. I'm super hopeful that this is all going to just work out and that our time is coming very, very soon. And hopefully we will just know naturally exactly when the right moment is. But I can feel it coming. This harvest moon is just that. We will reap what we have sown. So it is time for our harvest. All that's been upside down will be right side up again. Those who have been faithful. In Galatians, it says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest. Don't give up." This harvest moon is a beautiful catalyst and jumping off point for us, I think. So with that being said, below in the description, I'm going to put links for a few videos that I would like you to watch. And just know that what I feel for you and the love I have for you and the respect and care towards you doesn't go away. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how far apart we get or how close together. It doesn't matter which way we decide to go in life. The thing about how I care and how I love you is that it doesn't stop. And that's what true love is. It doesn't mean that I'm, my attempt to get you nearer or closer to me by being very open to what you need. I know I've said things that you probably were like, it wasn't coming from a broken place. It was coming from a place of knowing that this was destiny. This was something that will be ultimately more fulfilling, and from a place of unconditional love. I'm not trying to get myself in a position to be hurt by you. Certainly not. That's not what I want at all. And I will have boundaries should it be that way, which I don't believe that's going to happen, but at least not, Yeah. Anyway, I have healthy boundaries. I value myself. I know my worth. But the way people love each other in this world has been broken. So what I'm offering is something that doesn't stop the way it should be, the way we should love our children or our partners. It's like with your kids or with, your little people. You don't always like what they do. You don't always approve of things they do. You don't always agree with shit they do. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. And when people blame God for circumstances, that's not how it works. There can be, many choices laid before you, and you can try to teach or put the knowing or understanding out there of, what lines should and shouldn't be crossed. If they cross them, you didn't make them do it. If they get punished, you're not punishing them. They are punishing themselves. You laid down the, guideline. But again, we have to be in a position of personal accountability, though, too. And while my life will not always make sense to you, especially from an outside perspective, without being able to really communicate with each other, there's a lot left to the imagination. It goes both ways. I mean, I just put a comment somewhere where I'm like, I'm in love with somebody who doesn't speak my language. And I left it at that. The worst part is, yes, we both speak English, but I don't understand a fucking thing he's ever said to me. I know he loves me, though. I can feel it. So I'm holding on. And that's the truth, though. I don't know where you're coming from because you've never told me. And out of respect for you, I have let you do that without being demanding, because I can imagine from where you stand the treacherous fuckery and deceit you've seen. I don't expect you to be forthcoming with me if you don't want to be. I don't expect you to trust me right off the bat or be even certain. I hope you will be. And I hope, especially by now, that you know how important your safety is to me. In the face of something I want so bad and have never been able to feel before or, explore before, I had to turn and leave with a magnetism that was so freaking strong that I literally would get off to get gas and go back the way I came. It was crazy. I had to fight it the whole way. It took me 5 days to get to Oregon. It was crazy because I kept getting turned around. That never happens to me. Trying to fight all of it to keep, focus off of you. So please understand that. That's all because I knew. I knew it would take time, but I knew it wouldn't ever go away. I tried to live without, whatever. We know how that goes. But when something happened, when tragedy struck my life, when things were shitty and my dad had passed away and I was broken and sad, it was you who I went looking for. And much to my surprise, I found you. That had not happened before, previously to that. And I had looked. I was like, if I hire somebody like a private investigator, he might know. I don't think I can do that. So anyway, please watch the videos that I put links to below, and I will see you soon.